Folks, I am just so delighted to have none other than Patrick Byrne here at the Coastal Conservative News studio. Patrick, how are you?
Raj, great to be back and see you again.
It's good to see you. It's been too long, man.
4 years ago, you and I sat in a house over on the beach and plotted how we were going to get started to undermine this Bolshevik revolution.
Yes, I remember it well.
You did great. You did great work over the last 4 years.
Well, it's been a big team. You had been a huge help. And for those of you who are living under a rock and you don't know who this man is, Patrick Byrne has played a key role in many strategic actions, including the work in Arizona. He is the founder of Overstock and has just put so much of his wealth into the cause, and he's produced results. But we're not here to even talk about that. We're here to talk about something else that you may or may not be aware of. So, Patrick, I know we just have a few minutes.
Go ahead.
The Enemy Within. Wow. The rigged book you did, the documentary was explosive, but The Enemy Within is a whole nother level. Tell the folks if they don't know about that.
Well, the book basically started off on the day after the Durham report was delivered, and General Flynn called me at 7:01 in the morning, which he does whenever he's really angry. And his wife is telling him, you can't call anyone to 7. But he called me at 7:01. He said, I read the Durham report all through the night. It's a cover-up. Patrick, our republic's hanging by a thread. And it may already be lost, but if it isn't, we're gonna come forward with your story. And our information war, that's our one hypersonic missile. And he arranged a series of interviews, which turned into a book, Danger Close, which he spent last year. He actually made that movie. He didn't put his name on it
That's how he is.
That's how he is.
It's
But he hired the directors and the producers, and they made that movie. And it's a 3-part docuseries. And it comes out with the truth is that I always actually had a second career where I worked for the government. And I did things for the government, and then I was used within some. Basically, what historians, if we make it through this revolution, what historians are going to document is we're living through a soft coup. It started on Thanksgiving 2015. And I would know because I was part of it. I worked for Comey and Brennan and Obama, and I took orders from them to do things that I realized partway through this was not legitimate. They're setting people. This was domestic espionage. This is political espionage. We created the Russian hoax. And I'm guilty as charged. That's why, me, you see these pictures of me with a Russian spy. I was under orders to go although she's a wonderful gal, it wasn't hardship duty, but that was all created. I was instructed to bribe Hillary Clinton. Have you gotten to that part of the movie where I bribed Hillary Clinton?
No.
So I did a whole bunch of stuff for Comey and Brennan that turned out to be they were taking over the Republic. So what's really behind everything that's gone on in the last 4 years is Comey, Brennan, and Obama. At one point, now behind them there are other forces, but they were the ones who were behind everything that's happened, and I was working for them, and so I revealed a bunch of this stuff in the movie. I would never have been able to come back into the United States if Trump had not just won.
You actually were outside the country for an extended period of time. You came here for the event Stay Awake America tour. You can Google that if you want to know. But Patrick Byrne and General Flynn have been one of the keynote speakers drawing people to that. When you say soft coup. Today, Patrick, even though we have President Trump in the White House, things are far from where they need to be. Where are we at current day?
Oh, we're definitely not through it. We have, by a stroke of luck, we have one more chance at this that we weren't supposed to have. But I think Trump has to be much more muscular in what he's doing. For him, before he gets more muscular, the evidence, what happened in 2020 has to come out. Once it comes out, the American people will be behind him taking the muscular actions that I think are needed so that we never face another communist revolution for the next 250 years.
It's scary to see how entrenched these bad actors are and how they're able to manipulate the system for their own purposes. And like you said, this is a chance that we should not have had, but by the grace of God, in my view, however way you want to look at it, we have a second window here. And the president has got to be more muscular. I like that term. As you know, you and I chatted about the Reclaim campaign earlier.
Yes.
Talk to the folks from your perspective, because you have architected several programs, scaled them up. Talk to me a little bit, or talk to the folks a little bit about the importance of what people do at the local level. General Flynn says local action, national impact. add to what needs to happen, because that's what the Reclaim campaign is attempting to do. Bring different groups that are currently working for good but working apart together so they can do a better job of getting better candidates, raising more money earlier, increasing the political force and capability at the local level. Does that fit into your vision of what's needing to happen?
Absolutely. Power that comes from the top down is power that can be corrupted, bought, captured, stolen from us. So our power, the more the power is coming from the top down, the more we're going to lose because they're all corrupt. The more that we focus on methods of bringing power from the grassroots up, the more that's not something that they can steal, not something they can corrupt.
So my friends, you heard it right from Patrick Byrne. If you haven't already, make sure you get connected with reclaimcampaign.com. Before we leave, we want to get people to watch this movie. What's the best way for them to do that?
Amazon Prime, The Enemy Within, or Rumble. You can find it on Rumble. The Enemy Within, and it just came out last year. And enjoy it, and good luck with Coastal Conservative News. It's we need this kind of a. I'm sure that you'll start having influence beyond just the coast if you keep at it.
Well, thank you, Patrick. So appreciate you being here and spending a few minutes with us.
Good to see you, Raj. And I say, folks, you should be following, subscribing, and paying attention to Coastal Conservative News. If you're pro-freedom and pro-Constitution living here in Florida, this is where you should be getting your information. Thank you.